Hey, how's it going? Kenny here, and welcome back to Non-League to Giants. And up in today's episode, we have the FA Cup first round away to Stockport. Then we face Oldham, also away from home in the league. So since the last episode, it looked like things went for a little bit of a downhill turn, unfortunately, but it only lasted 2 games, and since then we've been absolutely incredible. We've actually scored 20 goals in the last 4 matches. It's been quite sensational, has to be said. Before we get to that, though, I've signed one player, and not really a surprising position, it has to be said. I have signed another goalkeeper, Harry Isted, or Eisted, or Eist. I have no idea. I'm going to call him Isted. That's how I'm going to pronounce it. It's probably wrong, but that is what I'm calling him nonetheless. Anyway, he's quite a good goalkeeper, as you see here, and the biggest difference between him and Kovacevic is he can actually stop a shot, which is great. As you can see here, overall he's just quite decent. You actually compare him with Kovacevic, and just a massive difference between the two, has to be said. You see here, Kovacevic has got the eccentricity going for him, but other than that, he's just nowhere near good enough, really, let's be honest. He's looked quite good in some games, and then quite not so good in other games, has to be said. He's only 18 years of age, though, so probably when he's 26, he'll turn out to be a better goalkeeper than Isted. We shall, as long as he develops quite nicely. I did try and put him on the loan list, sorry, because I think they need some game time to get better at least. But unfortunately for us, he does not want to leave on loan. He has no interest, so he's probably going to rot as the backup goalkeeper and not turn out to be anything, to be honest with you, because he's just a world behind Isted, and Isted's come in, done really well so far, and he's a number 1 goalkeeper. Kovacevic, though, if Isted is not playing, is not up to standard, then he's there to come back into the first team. But realistically, it looks like Isted is our number 1 for the season minimum, at least, because he looks like a very, very good goalkeeper at this level. Isted is the only signing, though, since the last episode there. Just one signing. Isted joins us, and in terms of the league table, where we're sitting top of the league currently. I think we finished the episode top of the league on the last episode, or we just lost the top place. I'm not entirely sure, but we are top of the league. We're joint top, though, with York City. That draw in the first game of the new season is not looking so bad now, is it? Home to York 1-1. They look like quite a good team. But we're top of the league due to our goal difference. We've got plus 27 goal difference. And that's been helped by the last 4 games, it has to be said. Last 3 games of the league, sorry. But since the last episode, it went a little bit iffy, as I said. The next 2 games, of course, we drew away to Maidenhead 0-0, which is a little bit disappointing after winning the last 5 games in a row since then. We did back up, though, or get back in winning ways, shall I say, by being gated 3-1 at home. We then was disappointing, though. Away to Scunthorpe, we drew the game 3-3. We went 2-0 down in the first 18 minutes. We actually had a great comeback in this game, and we actually led the game 3-2. But it's disappointing the fact they got an equaliser in the 85th minute to make it 3-3. So that was really disappointing. Kovacevic let us down in this game with a couple of goals there, but we were 2-0 down, so salvaging a 3-3 draw is not the worst thing I've heard of in my life, but it was quite disappointing, it has to be said. After that, there was even more disappointing. Our first and only loss to date of the season. We lost at home to Woking 2-1, which was pathetic. We went 1-0 down for the 6th minute for Dan Moss. Brooke made it 1-1, but then DJ Campton Sturridge, which is a pretty cool name, it has to be said, made it 2-1 in the 22nd minute. So that was really disappointing. But that wasn't the start of a horrendous run, because after that, we won our next 5 games in a row, which is brilliant. We beat Solihull Moors 1-0 away from home. One of the greatest performances in the world, but Sam Matthews, the only goal in the game there, got us to win. We then played Gloucester at home in the FA Cup 4th qualifying round. It was actually going really poorly in this game, and in the first 23 minutes, I actually made a change already in the game because we don't create anything in the game. Gloucester were firmly on top, pushing us back, which is disgraceful, considering we're at home here against a Vanarama South team. So I changed things after that point, and things started to go really well for us after that point, and a massive 4 minutes in the second half there. Brooke with 2 goals in 2 minutes, and Pharrell Williams with a goal in the 2 minutes later as well. So really blew out the water in that period there. They did get a late consolation goal through James Plon in the 84th minute, but the damage was done in the 60th minutes there, and we came through very, very convincingly. When the next 3 games after that was, pretty good. We beat Barnet at home 7-0 in the next game, which was pretty incredible, has to be said. Asante with 4 goals in this game. AC Thomas and Williams on the score sheet as well. It's absolute madness, in fact. And then after that, we backed up beating Barnet 7-0 at home. I beat in Southend 5-0 away from home. Bear in mind, these 2 teams were both in the playoffs as well when we played them. So, quite incredible. And also, well, absolutely unbelievable in this game. Talking of Asante, one of the best assists I've ever seen came in this game. Actually came in the 39th minute. Asante with a Rabona assist in this game. I think it was this one, the 39th minute. We'll have to check it out now. Have to see this goal. Absolutely crazy. Keep your eye on Asante here with assist. Here he is. Here he goes. Rabona coming up. Look at that. Look at that. Who does he think he is? Asante with a Rabona assist to Josh Thomas. He tried it off, first of all, which is audacious to say the least. But He even got the assist from it as well. So pretty incredible from Asante. For someone who's not very technically gifted, he looked very technically gifted there though. But unfortunately for us, Asante, out of absolutely nowhere, has decided to come in and say that he wants to explore his options at the end of the contract. Well, it seems like Asante, with his great run of form this season, where he scored 12 goals in 15 games with 5 assists, he's getting a little bit too big for his boots, has to be said. So, if we're here at the end of the season, I haven't received any sort of job offer yet, so I might still be here at the end of the season. Asante probably won't be with us because he's decided that he wants to explore his options at the end of his contract, which is bizarre to say the least. Because looking at his graph here, I know he's doing incredibly well for us this season. Being 21, almost 22, I don't think he's doing much better than this, to be honest with you. And can he play in League 2? Maybe League 2, but definitely no higher than that. Definitely not a League 1 player. So I don't know what he's thinking, really, to be honest with you. Effectively a transfer request, really, isn't it? For a team who fly top of the league in International. But anyway, we can't prevent that, unfortunately. After that Southend win, though, we played Barrow at home and we scored another 5 goals. So in the last 3 games, we've scored 17 goals in the league. We've scored 20 in the last 4 games in all competitions. So it's pretty good going. Beat Barrow 5-1 at home. Believe it or not, we weren't actually very good in this game. We weren't very good at all. We were quite good come the last 15 minutes of the game, but we did not deserve to be 3-0 up in the game, that is for sure. We didn't deserve to be 1-0 up in the game, so yeah, this one's definitely flattering. These 2 games here, though, against Barnet and Southend were pretty incredible, to tell the truth. It's absolutely insane, actually. This game, though, 1-5-1, and Josh Thomas got a hat-trick in this game as well, so that was very, very nice. So yeah, as I said, after those wins, we are sitting pretty top of the league, but we can't shake off York currently. They're currently sitting joint on points to us, as you see there, but looking really, really good. Anyways, get to this first game then. It's an FA Cup first round tie away to League 2 Stockport. So definitely up against it in this game, but the way we're playing, got to fancy our chances here. In terms of the team sheet, well, the 2 strikers up front have been absolutely insane this season. Josh Thomas has got 17 goals in 15 games in the league this season. Absolute madness. He could reach 40 goals for the season in the league this season. Maybe even more. We shall see. And Asante had 12 goals and 5 assists there as well. Those 2 have been absolutely insane this season. Really have been. Romain Mundle was coming to the first team in recent times. It plays at Roberts, who's done all right, but Mundle was coming in, give him a chance. He's done really, really well. That's great to see. Also, yeah, Taylor Charters needs to come back in there for Hammond. He's been brilliant recently as well. Matthew, sensational. The back 5 as well. Really looking good. And looks like Nelson is the partner for Desai. As I say, I was struggling to find a partner for Desai, but Ronnie Nelson's made that position his own really, really well. And Harry is still in goal, of course. So Stockport away from home. Can we get through to the FA Cup second round? Well, let's find out. Okay, here we go. We've scored 20 goals in the last 4 games. How many can we get in this game as well? But 2 minutes in, got our first highlight, and it's Stockport with the ball. Collar. A man I'm familiar with. I signed him last year's FM with Hereford. Don't score against us, Collar. Oh, I think it's Collar. If it's Will Collar, then it's definitely the player I signed for Hereford. Back on the highlight again. And it's been quite a nervy start here for us. It's Sarcevic. Nelson there to intercept though, but Carson with a bit of a wayward pass, to tell you the truth. Had much more time than that, has to be said. Here's Lewis into Southam Hales. Been a lively start to the match, but unfortunately for us, it's the lively start for Stockport. And Southam Hales is running for the entire team there. Charters, I'm about to say what a tackle, but apparently it's a penalty. He won the ball there, didn't he? It looked like he won the ball to me, but anyway. Stockport with a penalty. It's been a disastrous start to the FA Cup tie here. Is it going to be Paddy Madden to take it? It is. He takes it. Paddy Madden. And sends the keeper the wrong way, unfortunately. Please remember, guys, if you like this video, to hit that like button for me. And also, do hit that subscribe button as well. It really helped me out. And much appreciated as well. So that is not a very great start to this FA Cup tie, is it? I think it's too early still, though, to make any changes or to think about changing something around in the game. It's still very early days, but 5 minutes in, we're 1-0 down to Stockport already. And, yeah, a change in formation might be needed, or a change in style as well. We shall see about that. But plenty of time to go yet. No reason to panic just yet. 15 minutes in, can we see a highlight in the game for us now? Here's Mundle. Been really, really impressive recently, as I said. Keeping Roberts out of the team, who's our big Welsh prospect, and also our captain these days as well. So, no easy doing there from Mundle. And here he is, Mundle again. Hits it long, but poor. Poor. And here comes Stockport again. Well, if there's 2-0, then we're really in squeaky bum time here. Here's Camps. Remember, they are a division above us, so they should be winning the game, really, but our Stockport that far away from being a Van national team. I think they only got promoted a couple of seasons ago, so maybe we're closer than I think. Oh, my word. Oh, it's disastrous. God, that was a massive... What was happening there? Well, 28 minutes in, and not much is happening in the game, it has to be said. We're not creating really anything in the game, to be honest. We've got a highlight here, though. less than 10 minutes to go before half time. It's Genesini with a throw in. He throws it into Charters. He crosses it into Nelson. Nelson! Asante! Gets in. 1-1. Don't really deserve to be 1-1, but it's 1-1. Nelson, I thought he was going to end up being a great finisher there. He's definitely a centre-back. Asante with an injury. Well, as I said, he's pretty much handed in a transfer request. He's going to leave end of the season. When they say that, it's pretty much they're going, aren't they, really? They're going. So that is disappointing, but he still keeps producing even after doing that. So that's great. Lovely little deft touch there from the boy, and it's 1-1 in the game. So no changes needed right now because we're back on level terms. Well, half-time it's 1-1. Not really too impressive so far, but saying that, we are meant to be the weaker team in the game here, and it's pretty even, it has to be said. And our right back, Genesini's having a blinding game, apparently, there with 7.5, so I guess that's something. As you can imagine, in the last 4 games, scoring 20 goals. Most of the players are on great form here, so hopefully they can take some of that into this game. Well, they have taken some of it, because we are drawing away to Stockport, as I said. Anyway, let's make a couple of changes here. Well, Mundell, he has been good recently, but he's not been very good in this game, so I think I'm going to take him off. I'm going to bring on Roberts for him. The midfielder hasn't been great today at all, really, has it? Asante, one of the best players on the pitch, obviously scored the goal, but he is injured. He has got carrying a slight knock here. Last thing we need is him getting injured for a long period of time, so we'll take him off. Missed him a lot last season with injuries, so bring on Lachlan Brook for him, who's done well when he's come in, it has to be said. Done really well in some games. This game is really in the balance here. They've only had 1 shot on target in the game, and of course that was the penalty, so this game is really in the balance. 15 minutes to go. Back on the highlight, here's Sarcevic. Back to right. He gives the ball away to Carson, though. Again, another rushed clearance from Carson. Oh, my word. Here's Bridge. Is he going to keep it in? No, he's not. Well, I would say it's a great save from Misted, but it was straight at him, so he probably should be saving it, really. Anyway, late on here, Stockport really starting to get some match momentum going here, so I think I need to make a change here. Well, I've made a change. I brought on Hammond for top goal scorer Josh Thomas there and changed to a 4-2-3-1. Stockport getting too much joy, and, well, looks like that change made some sort of difference. They didn't have another chance in the game, but all in all, 1-1 draw there away to Stockport. Of course, this is the FA Cup, so that means they go to a replay, and we have to face Stockport at home now, so we have the home advantage, so all in all, not really a bad result, it has to be said. Stockport had more shots than us, higher XG as well, but we had double the amount of shots on target, so we restricted their shots on target, which is great. I think it's safe to say that second half was firmly Stockport's, though, and if any team deserved to win, they deserve to win, but Genesini out of nowhere with a great performance today with 7.7, that's kind of bizarre. Dinzey as well, so this right-hand side here was quite solid today, it has to be said. Other than that, there's not too much to say about the game, really. We came out from 1-0 down to draw 1-1 away to a League 2 side, and now we face them at home in a replay, so all in all, I'm quite happy with that, has to be said. Yeah, got still a big chance of going through to the second round, which of course is very, very nice. Be nice if we get through to the third round at least and face one of the big boys. That'll be very, very nice. We shall see about that. Asante is injured, only a tight 5 though, 1 to 2 days. He might miss the Oldham game with that injury though. Talk on the Oldham game, that's coming up next, so make sure you stick around. Okay, here we are. It's time for Oldham away from home. They're currently sitting down in 12th place, so we should be confident about this game, and in saying that, I've had to make a few changes for today's game because the players are absolutely knackered since that last game there. It's only been 3 days since we played Stockport away from home there, and it's taken a lot out of players, it has to be said. Very, very tired squad. Callum Wilson comes in at centre-back in place of Dinzey, who's a very, very key player for us, has to be said, but he's a bit too tired for today's game for my liking. Wilson, natural right-back, but he definitely can play centre-back, and if you look at his graph, he looks more like a centre-back to me than a right-back, has to be said. He's 6'1", so no problem in the height department there as well, so not quite Dinzey, he's 6'5", but hopefully he does a job for us today. He's done alright in the last couple of games, starting to look that he's actually usable after all, which is great. Ludvigsson, well, he's terrible. He's absolutely terrible. So I don't want to give him any more chances, to be honest with you. He's absolute filth. And Joe Cook, our other centre-back as well, he wants to go out on loan now because he's not getting any playing time. So that's why Wilson starts at centre-back today. Maguire comes in at left-back as well and plays with Carson. He's very unfit, but we'll see what he can do for today's game. Roberts and Hammond, 2 changes in midfield as well. And also, Asante is out for today's game in place of Lachlan Brook. It was a tough call to make between Thomas and Asante to rest for today's game. But as soon as Asante picked up a slight injury there, he is on the bench for today's game while Thomas remains in the team. So only 3 days since Stockport away. The team is very, very tired, but we have scored 17 goals in the last 3 games. How many can get in today's game? 17 goals in the last 3 league games, shall I say. Saying that though, the front 2 have been broken up for today's game with Asante coming out for Brooks. Saying that though, when Brooks come in though, he's done really well as well. So he looks like a really good player. Thomas getting booked after 2 minutes is not nice to see. And also Hammond getting booked after 7 minutes is not nice to see. So been a bit of a dirty start to the match here. Not a very lively start to the match either, because 25 minutes in, Not a single highlight to talk of. Now we finally do. Matthews with a free kick here. Wilson there, in for Denzay today. He almost scored as well, heads on top of the roof of the net there. I wouldn't go as far as saying Oldham were a big team, but weren't they in the Premier League at some point? Am I making things up, or were Oldham in the Premier League? One of the very early editions of the Premier League, like 92 or 93, something like that. I'm sure they were. So if it's true and I'm not chatting out my bum, then Oldham clearly are a bigger team than Dover, a much bigger team. So bit of a giant we're playing here at these lower levels. Anyway, here's Elliot to Elul. Back to Elliot. Now here's AC. He's starting to take command of this game here. AC's looking really better in recent times as well. It's starting to look like a very good player, actually. Cross it in here. Matthews. Well, I don't know we see him heading the ball. Great ball from Maguire there. Looks like we're slowly starting to take a little bit of charge of the game here. Judging by the match momentum, but not really too much to talk about in this first half. And now it looks like it's starting to liven up. Here's Kilner. Roberts wins the ball back. In for Mundell today's game. A nice ball into Brook. Come on, Brook. Oh my word, what a wasted effort. Did I say you were quite good? Quite a promising end to the first half here for us. But 0-0 at half time. Thrashing the arms about it. Two centre-backs playing quite well, but that's about it really. Other than that, it's not been a great game, it has to be said. Very dirty game though. 6 bookings in the game so far. 3 for us, 3 for Oldham. Well, I've gone with a formation change again in today's game. I'm not doing too badly, but I'm just seeing if we can unlock the Oldham defence here. They're very, very deep in today's game. So I'm putting Roberts in there as attack midfielder. The 2 centre midfielders really taking they're 2 defensive midfielders, sorry, really taking our 2 strikers out of the game. So I've taken Josh Thomas off as well. I've brought on Mundell for him, putting in 3 centre midfielders there, as you can see. And also Williams is on for AC, who have bigged up in the game here, but he hasn't had a great game, it has to be said. Let's see that make a difference in today's game for us. Let's have a look. Just a minute later, here's Williams, just on the pitch here. Here's Genesini. He crosses the ball in. Not known for his crossing, Genesini. That's why he's on fullback defend. He's not really known for anything going forward. Here come Oldham though. Oh my word, no, it's a disaster. It's a disaster. It's a disaster. It's a disastrous tactical change there, because a minute after making a change, they've scored a goal. What on earth is going on? Well, that was shocking by Wilson though, wasn't it? That was absolutely shocking by Wilson. What is he doing? What's he doing? He's just ignoring the ball. He's daydreaming. Oh, wow. Back in the highlight though. Here's Maguire throwing into Roberts. Crosses the ball in, but no one's there. Matthews does get there though. How's it not gone in? How has that not gone in? I have no idea how that's not gone in. Oh my word. We've got a corner out of it though. Matthews to take it. Come on. We only lost 1 game all season. That was a home to Woking 2-1. Got another corner, have we? Another corner. Matthews to take it again. Ronnie Nelson's a bit of a giant there. No. He's gone for another corner. It's another corner. 3 corners in a row here. Nothing to come of them though. Will anything come of this one? Matthews again. Crosses it in. No. Hammond. No. Essien saves the goal. Essien, what a great name. Michael Essien. I don't think it's Michael Essien. He's not playing anymore. He's not a goalkeeper, but maybe it's a relative of Michael Essien. Well, unfortunately, I've subbed the sub. Lachlan Brook has come off, and Asante is on as a target forward as well. Going a little bit more direct in the game, but unfortunately, it doesn't seem to be making too much difference. Well, I say it's not making too much difference. The match momentum has really switched in our favour in the last 15 minutes or so. But in terms of the scoreline, it's definitely not changed here. Oldham really sitting back in this game. Very, very deep, but they're getting a result out of it at the moment. Can we turn the tide here, though? Is Asante as a target forward. Heads it to Hammond. Look at space. Where are you going, Hammond? Where's he going? What is he doing? Oliver, what are you up to, pal? You keep the ball, though. Here's Mundell. Get the ball forward, though, boys. Wilson with a direct pass there. Oh, my word. Asante. Wow. Wow, what a bizarre goal. But Asante as a target forward on for Lachlan Brook, who's been subbed, unfortunately. But it's worked the treat because Asante, the man who's not very technically gifted and also going to leave into the season probably, has scored a goal for us. And Wilson, with another, he got an assist in the other game. What are the defenders doing, though? 1-1, get in. Get in. Back on the highlights straight after that, though. We're definitely the commanding team in the game here, as I said. Oldham, they look a little bit dangerous on the counter-attack, has to be said. And here they go again. Here they go. What is going? Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Thank goodness for that. What are you doing? Well, they're really playing on the counter-attack, aren't they? This Thompson. No wonder they're playing on the counter-attack. Look at that striker. 16 and 16. Acceleration and pace, shall I say. Told the centre-backs to drop off a little bit more just to try and help with that threat of Thompson there. But he does scare me. He does scare me, not going to lie. This game's a little bit lively, I tell you. A little bit lively. Towards the end here especially. And, oh my word. Oh my word. Well, he's offside. We're kind of lucky the game is still 1-1 because they look very, very dangerous on the counter. It looks like it's over, though. It is over. Well, 2 1-1 draws in the episode. It's not amazing, to tell the truth. But saying that, we were 1-0 down in both games. So a little bit of character shown there. But we weren't very good in this game, it has to be said. Roberts did really well in there with 7 rating. That was great from him. Asante with a goal to bench as well, which is great. Matthews with a very, very poor game today on the wing there. And defence were looking a little bit shaky as well, it has to be said. But they did have a very dangerous striker in Thompson there with 16 acceleration and 16 pace as well. And also got Wayne Rooney playing. Well, not Wayne Rooney, of course. John Rooney. Isn't it a relative of Wayne Rooney, though? He is. Wayne Rooney's brother. Who would have known? I never knew that. My word, really. Does he look like Wayne Rooney? I don't know. I guess you could say he looks... Does he? I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, let's stop talking about the Rooney brothers. Let's get on to the league table here. Disappointing draw away to Oldham, has to be said. But, of course, things can't go our way all the time. Not a disastrous episode, though, it has to be said. Obviously, drew 1-1 away to League 2 Stockport. Got to face them at home in the replay now. Also, we beat Stockport at replay. We'll face Gates at home in the second round. So, got a big chance we can beat Stockport and get through to the FA Cup third round, which would be absolutely lovely, of course. And Oldham away, obviously, one of the bigger teams in the Random National, has to be said. Of course, they're 12th in the league. So, a little bit of points dropped. And also, York won their game, beat Scunthorpe 2-0 at home, away from home. So, we're down in second place now. But things are still going very rosy in the season, of course, in second place, which is absolutely great. And in terms of the next episode, guys, I know I featured York already in this season, but they are sitting top of the league, so that's going to be a big game for us. So I'm going to bring you back for York away in the last game of 2023, and I'll bring you back for Notts County at home in the first game of 2024. So make sure you join for the next episode, guys. York away and Notts County at home. And thank you very much for watching this video. Please remember, if you like the video, hit that like button for me, and also do hit that subscribe button as well. It'd really help me out, and you much appreciate it as well. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you for the next one.